Welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Rob Hubel.
And I'm Candace Bailey.
I like that dance you do a lot at the beginning. Yeah. Today on the show, Danai Gurira from The Walking Dead. She's here live.
So excited.
She plays probably the most popular character from the entire comic book series, a lawyer who kills the undead with a samurai sword.
And on top of that, it's the moment you have all been waiting for when Chris Gore reviews the Prometheus Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday. Do the new alternate ending and beginning make this disc a must-buy? I don't know. We will find out later in the show.
Maybe.
We will find out.
Maybe we'll buy that Blu-ray. I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
How was your first day yesterday?
My first day yesterday was great. Thank you for having me back, and thank
You're
you for
here all week.
Thanks for all the support on Twitter. I couldn't do it.
They're always the most friendly on Twitter.
It's great. Everyone on Twitter is like a close personal friend of mine.
Oh, you have some.
And
You have some pulled up
it's
right
just
now.
super supportive. Hey, at Rob Hubel, why are you so pale and why are your eyes so small and spaced so close together? That's weird. That's nice. Hey, at Rob Hubel, why don't you drink poison and not host the show anymore?
Oh, they're just messing with
That was
you.
nice. This is constructive. Hey, at Rob Hubel, you keep your damn hands off Candace. And these are all from my dad, by the way.
Well, your dad has got it wrong because yesterday I was the one with my hands all over your abs. Abs of steel right here. Me rubbing his belly makes him do a weird spastic dance. I might bust this out later.
We should just do that the whole show. Someone please make a gif out of that.
You want to run down the top things on the web?
Let's run down the top things on the web and let's go around the net. So as I understand it, your job is to collect insane videos and present them to me.
Oh yeah. That is my job.
I love it.
I have done it, and I'm going to present them to you and everybody at home.
I would like to see them. I would like to see them right now.
Okay. All right. Well, not surprisingly, we're starting off in Russia for a little corporate trust exercise in the woods.
I did not know that Russia had corporations.
Oh, they sure do. Trust, however, is in short supply.
Ooh.
Оператор скажет тебе.
Я снимаю все.
Давай. Да прыгай, идиот, он снимает.
I would say that a couple things. That guy needs better friends.
Jump, dude, jump.
Please
We'll
do
get
it.
you.
Everything's gonna be fine, just like in cartoons.
He goes flying back up in the air.
And if you're gonna do that, bro, you need a higher thread count. Everyone knows that.
Oh, definitely.
You got to go with like at least 250. At least.
At least 250. Are you a sheet snob?
Me? Well, yeah. I mean, I like soft sheets.
Yeah. What's like the highest thread count? What do you use?
I mean, how much time do we have to talk about it? Well, to be honest,
We got all day.
A lot of the time, I will sleep on rubber sheets just to be safe. At night.
Just to be safe for what?
Well, I drink a lot of water. I chug water right before I go to bed, just so I don't have any accidents. So. Super bummer.
I think we should just move on.
You want to move on?
from
All
there.
right.
Yeah, that wasn't the answer I expected at all.
Fine.
A lot of children's board games have been made into movies like Mousetrap, Clue, and Battleship, but none of them have been this scary. What was that?
hippos are so hungry.
That needs to be a movie.
I just bought the movie rights to the Play-Doh PlayStation, by the way. That's gonna be a movie.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
They make I love this trend in Hollywood of taking like fun kids games and making them into movies.
I know, like Clue.
Yeah, all
I
that,
love
like,
it.
yeah, Jeepers Creepers, Saw, Hostel, Drag Me to Hell. That was a fun game. I'm a little bit older than you. I don't know if you played these games.
No.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really bumming you out.
I'm learning so much about you, and I'm glad we're on separate sides of the podium.
We're not.
No!
We're not.
No! There. And finally, we go back to Russia to visit with an elderly gentleman whose specialty is brickwork.
Я пошутил.
Терпись.
Я пошутил. Я откололся. Карл, забери Макс у него, блядь, а то он себе всю бошку разложит. Забери, я тебе говорю. Иди, поставь его на место.
Oh, he doesn't even flinch. He just keeps on going. Ah.
I will say this in his defense, that Brick was being a real dick.
Oh, total dick.
Total dick.
You know, Russian roulette is very different from Russian roulette.
I've heard that.
Very different.
There's a big difference. The bad news for that guy is that there was a whole huge stack of bricks. He has his work cut out for him.
He's got
He's gonna be there all day.
to do.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. That wraps up Around the Net.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
I'm so scared.
Oh, still ahead. Find out why playing World of Warcraft is really bad for your political campaign.
Plus, the newest and most buzzed about cast member of The Walking Dead is going to be in our studio live.
Hey, what's up, man? You like news? Because I got some news for you. If you were deciding between state Senate candidates and you saw that one of them had said things such as, I love poisoning and stabbing, or I will cut anyone who messes with you, or the undead do not piss, you and I would probably donate all of our money to their campaign within a matter of seconds, right? But in a race in Maine, the Democratic candidate actually did say those things, and her Republican opponent has just started using those quotes against her. The only issue, the Democrat was writing as her World of Warcraft character. Senate hopeful Colleen Lackowitz found herself on the receiving end of an unusual string of attack ads from State Senator Tom Martin. Boo! A man who clearly hates fun. Tom Martin said, Colleen, quote, gets away with crude, vicious, and violent comments. And that Maine, quote, needs a state senator that lives in the real world, not Colleen's fantasy world. Come on, Senator Martin. Are you aware of who you're dealing with? Santiago. Her character is a level 85 assassination rogue with 3 ranks of vile poisons, a glyph of mutilation, and the entry vendetta skill. She's slain Onyxia 6 times and can raid the Violet Hold and the Halls of Reflection in her sleep. Senator, I suggest you not mess with her. Now look, I'm going to go ahead and assume that Maine voters are smart enough to realize that Colleen doesn't really think that she's an orcish rogue. But listen, guys, we're going to run into this particular problem more and more. As people of our generation, or maybe on occasion our cool aunts, start getting into positions of power, everyone's going to have some dirty laundry in their campaign ads, from Facebook or Twitter or gaming forums. Or maybe in the case of those cool ants, some off-color Pinterest boards. Gross. But I'd still vote for you, Aunt Marie. Because I love you. Next up, let's talk about squatting.
Sure.
I'm back. First, there were vanity license plates. Then there were domain names, Gmail accounts, and Twitter handles. And if you didn't squat your name right away, well, let's just say robhubel.xxx is not something I approve of. I mean, a balloon does not fit in there, guys. I promise. I think. Well, anyway, now there's something else you better squat on soon. Your vanity mobile phone number. Yeah. Because for $3 a month, Sprint is going to let you replace your phone number with your name using a new program called Star Me. Basically, it lets you replace your 10-digit phone number with 2 stars followed by your name. So instead of going to all that trouble of saying 10 numbers, you can just tell people to call, in my life, Star Rob. Oh, for real? That's taken? How about Star Hubel? That's a bummer. Let's go with Star Rob Hubel. What? All right, how about Star Asshat? Oh, really? How about Star Asshat 69? That is impossible! I give up. And finally, in the gentlemen, you might want to cross your legs on this one department. A Pennsylvania man is suing a strip club for $50,000 after a botched lap dance at his bachelor party ruptured his bladder. That's right, there's no sex allowed in the champagne room, guys, but you can explode your urinary tract in there. In fact, we have a demonstration.
Yeah, so fine.
Destiny to the dance floor. Destiny to the dance floor, please. Gentlemen, get ready to have some fun with Destiny. Oh, what's up? Are you Destiny?
Yeah.
Kind of thought you'd be a chick, bro.
Sorry.
I guess your parents were hoping for a slutty little baby girl.
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
What a disappointment.
Sorry.
Take it easy.
Thanks.
That guy was really sad about being named Destiny. All right. Groom-to-be Patrick Gallagher went to the Penthouse Club in Port Richmond and bought a very special dance called the Bachelor's Package, which, as you can see in this diagram, ended with a stripper sliding down a pole and violently landing on Patrick's bachelor package. The unlucky groom wound up in the hospital with internal bleeding, a ruptured bladder, and a broken one of these guys. I didn't know there was a bone in there. Hopefully that stripper's been hired by the WWE because that finishing move sounds pretty sweet. But think about it. An exploding bladder is really pretty low on the list of bad medical things that can happen to you at a strip club. I mean, think of all the things that go on in there. You could still get hammer toe in the mouth. I've had that. Not fun. I've also had motorboating related whiplash. I didn't like that at all. And the grossest one of all, eating buffalo wings from the buffet. Still ahead, we've got zombies, health hacks, and more attack coming at you. If you have been feeling awful lately, then you are going to want to check out some fitness hacks. And please welcome with me now the editor of Living by Numbers, The Wired Guide to Health, and the new issue of Wired magazine, Caitlin Roper. Yeah! Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Rob. Thanks
How
for
are
having
you?
me.
Thank you for being here. Now,
Good.
you guys have put together 18 data-driven ways to be healthier, right?
That's right. At Wired, there's no such thing as too much information. We want the data.
Okay, cool.
And we've got it for you.
That sounds awesome. Now, one of the things you guys recommend is that people should have their genome checked. How do you do that, and what is the point of that?
Well, you know, you want to have access to data, especially about your health. And now 23andMe will sequence your genome for $300, and it's as easy as signing up online. And the reason to do it is because, you know, besides finding out about your predisposition for diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. Now your doctor can use your genetic information to make better choices about prescriptions. And that's pretty awesome. Personalized medicine.
That is pretty awesome. And the website is 23andMe?
23andme.com.
All right. So you guys also say that it helps for people to go and read scientific reports themselves, to not, put everything on the shoulders of journalists and magazines to decipher everything, right?
Yeah, not on the shoulders of people like us. Yeah, the truth is that, nobody wants to read 47 pages on how kale is going to improve their brain function. But if you know a little bit about scientific studies, you know what information to look for. For instance, what's the N? How many people were in the study? Did 27 people get smarter from eating kale, or 27,000 people? And was there a conflict of interest in the study? Did a kale farmer make that study happen?
Probably.
You want to know that information. Probably.
Kale farmer,
Kale
probably.
farmers.
You can't trust a kale farmer. I don't trust those
Never.
guys. Okay, so when it comes to stuff that's like less scientific, such as video games, like how could something like a first-person shooter help your brain?
Well, okay, first of all, we're not recommending you play, Borderlands 2 in your underwear 20 hours a day. But there's a new study that says, that found that non-gamers, people who don't play video games usually, playing an hour a day for a couple of weeks showed better focus and faster reaction times in things in the world, not just in games. So, video games are good for your health.
They can be kind of good for you, sort of good for you. Okay, what's the deal with a couple friends of mine have these standing desks, and a lot of the nerds here at this show have those standing desks, which
Yes.
to me seems really uncomfortable because I like to sit on my butt. But what is the deal? Why is it healthier?
Well, okay, so the truth is that sitting for 4 hours a day or more increases your risk of death by 50%.
What?
So sitting at your desk is killing you. But, basically standing allows you to burn calories as you're working, which has a lot of health benefits. So the idea here is just don't be sedentary. You don't want to sit down and park yourself and not move all day. You want to get up and walk around. And yes, standing desks do a better job of burning calories throughout the day. At Wired, we have a bunch of people who stand at standing desks, and I personally think it's fun to be able to laugh at them standing at their desks. So, and laughter is good for your health, right, Rob?
No, it's not. Okay, and you guys say that food trends, like if you pay too much attention to food trends, that's also not healthy?
Yeah, I mean, in the 50s, there was a lobby that said that you should eat candy for weight loss. And, lo and behold, it turned out not to be true.
What? What?
I know, it's shocking. In the 70s, the American Heart Association said eggs raise your cholesterol, and so people stopped eating eggs. And now they say you can have an egg a day, and you're basically fine for most people. So the point is just, moderation in all things related to food trends.
Okay, I got you on that. This I don't really want to talk about, but it's on my list of things that these weirdos want to talk about. What's up with poop bugs?
Well, like I said, at Wired, we want all the data that's available to us, and I wasn't kidding.
Really? All of it? You have to go for every
of
little
it.
piece of data?
Every piece of data, all of it.
All right.
So there are now companies you can mail them a sample of your poop, and
Wait
they
a
will
second.
analyze it.
Do not apply for that job, anyone. That sounds like a terrible job.
The guy in the mailroom, yeah, it must not be a fun job. So you send off this sample, and they get back to you and tell you how the microorganisms that live in your gut, just like in your stomach, how they're doing. And they make recommendations to you based on what they find about ways to improve your health. So the writer of this story in the health package, he sent off his sample, and he was told by the company that he should eat more artichokes and garlic and onions to improve his health, and he was totally fine with that. And then they said, no more alcohol because you're killing the good bugs in your intestines.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was advice he was less enthusiastic about.
Yeah, that's bad news. You don't want to hear that kind of news. Well, I guess I'll start mailing my poop to people after all. Maybe I will do that. Caitlin, thank you so much for being with us. For more on this subject, check out Wired's first ever health conference next week in New York City. And now, over to Candace.
Thanks, Rob. I visited the new show George to the Rescue on a special day when he was helping remodel the home of an American veteran. Everybody's home needs a little upgrade from time to time, but a little professional help can turn that dream into a reality. I'm here to see how home makeover specialist George Oliphant is making lucky homeowners' dreams come true. It's George to the Rescue! George to the Rescue sends George Oliphant and his team of skilled contractors to the home of one lucky family for a home makeover they deserve. Today is Marine Corporal Sherman Watson, who's a Purple Heart recipient for his service to our country.
I am here to help you out and rescue your home.
This is it?
This is it!
Can you tell me about George to the Rescue?
Yeah, of course. George to the Rescue, great show. Feel-good show. People who work on our show say it's the best time they've ever had doing their job. People have, lots of things on their plate. We come and try to take that home improvement aspect off their plate. It's for people who have done things for the community, people who have done things for the country, whether it's military people, fire department, police department, and we just try to give back since they've done so much for their community and people around them.
Okay, George, what are we doing here today?
Well, what we're doing is we are totally revamping this house for Corporal Sherman Watson and his family. Basically, anything and everything we can do to make this house better and safer for him and his family.
This garage has gone a really long way in such a short amount of time. Can you tell us what you did to it?
Basically, we put on a whole new floor, and of course,
in the middle.
Being he's a Marine, we put the Marine emblem right there in the center
cool.
of the
He's gonna
floor.
love that.
And in case we didn't have enough Marines already in here, boom!
This is not looking done.
No, we had to do a little bit of last-minute patching.
You saved it for me?
And I thought, you know what? I know Candace likes to get down and dirty. Why not let her do some painting?
I do like to paint.
Now, Sherman and his family, they like to entertain, but they have a small living room. So we got them a coffee table that actually is glass in the middle so that it's not so heavy. You can fit these little stools right underneath. So if they do have other people come over, they have seating, and if not, boom, they go right under here. I think it looks good.
I love it.
Right? Let's give it back to Sherman and his family.
Okay.
Thanks for the help.
This is so exciting. Everyone is here supporting Sherman because Sherman has done so much for our country. So this is our way of saying thanks, Sherman.
Turn around, take it all in.
Are you just like blown away by all of the people who have come out to support you and to paint and like do all these things around your house? I mean, how does that feel?
It's overwhelming. I mean, the level of people that came out to volunteer, it says a lot about our country and about what people would do in general, just out of good faith.
The house looks amazing, and thanks to George and his team, he has come to the rescue once again. How about it, Marines? NBC's George to the Rescue airs this weekend. Check your local listings for times, but right now, it is time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know.
It's Tuesday, October 9th, and here are your top stories. First up, Felix Baumgartner's Edge of Space jump has been postponed again. Last Friday, we told you about the professional skydiver's attempt to free fall from the stratosphere back to Earth. The event was originally scheduled for last Monday, but weather concerns delayed it to this morning. Unfortunately, the weather has postponed it for the second time. And you know what? We get it. Scientists need to minimize Felix's risk because there is a lot that could go wrong. For example, he'll probably reach speeds of more than 690 miles per hour, which is the speed of sound. And Felix faces the threat of having his blood vaporized if his pressurized suit fails, causing overexposure to below freezing temperatures and thin atmospheric conditions. But these factors are all a part of why he is doing this in the first place. The jump is intended to collect data to improve the design of next-generation spacesuits so that future astronauts will have better chances of surviving a high-altitude disaster. Now, you may not know this, but Felix's medical director, Dr. Jonathan Clark, lost his wife, Laurel Clark, in the 2003 Columbia accident.
So there's some pretty solid motivation behind this, more than just setting a new world record. Next, Apple's Map app is in trouble again, but this time it's because some images are coming in a little too clear. Today, Taiwan's defense ministry requested Apple blur satellite images that reveal one of its top secret military bases. Reports say the base is a new $1.4 billion early warning radar station that was built to detect incoming aircraft and missiles. It was top secret, but now anyone who's updated to iOS 6 can see it for themselves. Taiwan's Defense Ministry spokesman David Lowe released a statement suggesting Apple follow Google's lead and only use low-resolution satellite images to show sensitive facilities. Oh, burn, burn, burn. And finally, the Lytro light field camera. You know, the one that lets you adjust a picture's focal point after it's been taken. Well, it's now on sale worldwide, and it's got a few new features. The camera wowed consumers when it was unveiled last year because of its extremely simple design and ability to take pictures with infinite focus. Today's release reveals some upgrades, including basic manual controls like being able to change the shutter speed and ISO. And if you already own an older version of the Lytro, you can get these new features for free via a downloadable upgrade. The Lytro is available online starting at $400. Matt Myra, I'm looking at you right now. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Stay tuned. Sword-swinging zombie killer Denai Guerrera from The Walking Dead will be here live.
You know, most people, when they get attacked by zombies, they do the boring thing and they shoot them in the head. But not our next guest, who uses a freaking samurai sword. Please welcome Denai Guerrera! That is the best intro of a character ever. So cool.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I won't lie.
Can I just call you a badass right now?
You can call Michonne a badass.
Michonne is also a badass.
I just play one on TV.
Now, tell me about that. Like, were you nervous stepping into this role of, like, such a fan-favorite character?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I didn't know about the shows. Like, I didn't know about Michonne. I did research as I got the audition, you know, that sort of a thing. And I was like, wow, I was actually kind of really excited because I just never seen anything like her. And that's all, you know, Robert Kirkman's amazingness, like, coming up with this sort of character. But, like, as I got more connected and understood how many fans Michonne had, then it was a little scary. It was like, knock, knock, let me in. Just have to play you now. Is it okay? You know, I can imagine her glaring at me, like try to scope me out, see if I'm good enough, you know.
Listen, you're going to be good enough. I've seen you handle that sword. Tell me about that. Like, how hard is it to, because we were talking backstage, that you do all of your own sword stuff? Because a lot of people would just fake it. They hire, like, a stunt woman, put on a wig, and they could fake that, but you were like, no, I'm going to do it.
I didn't even imagine that being an option, you know. It was like, it was just a part of the job description, you know. You have to get that thing in your hand and really get, you know, very acquainted with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was intense. Like, right after I got the job, I went straight into training with it, and, you know, it's, you know, new muscles you don't realize you have are now screaming and resenting you, and then, you know, they start to adjust. So it was intense, but it's been really awesome. I love it. And yeah, every time you see a chick with a sword, that's me.
Yeah.
I work a little too hard for that not to be said.
And you came from New York, where I wish that you could walk around New York with a katana. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Especially in the crowds, you know, in the subway and on the platform, and you're like, get out of my
People
way.
just move out of your way.
That would work.
That'd be so cool.
I'd consider that.
So did you ever, like, do you practice in your apartment ever? Like, are you worried about putting holes in the drywall? Or?
I did. That's
You
already
really
been
did?
done. Oh God, yeah. In Atlanta, yeah. You know, I'm rehearsing something that's coming up, and you know, you get into it. You get into it, and the walls get in the way.
What is your landlord? What is your landlord gonna do? It's just like, what do you want, man? I'm practicing. Come back later.
Basically, you know, he's gonna have to. They knew what I did when they let me in there, so you know, there's job hazards.
Yeah, and a bunch of you guys, you were saying, live together in the same apartment area in Atlanta. Is that fun, or is it weird? Like, what about your neighbors? Did they look at you guys in the swimming pool and go like, oh, the whole people from Walking Dead are outside in the swimming pool?
It happens. I mean, 3 of us have hung out at the pool a lot, and that sort of happened when they've been like, what the heck? Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a very big apartment building, but some people have been like, they're all in that same show.
Yeah, they put that together. So do you like now look at the world a little bit differently? Like when you're hanging out, do you just think about, okay, well, if the zombie apocalypse happens, I know what I'm doing. You're like, right now, if zombies came in here, like, would you know what to do?
Of course, heels, man. Right there, it's a wrap. You know, this is what I've learned from Michonne. Zombies are the lesser life form.
Yes.
Okay. There's no reason to run from them. There's no reason to fear them. They're not smart. You're smarter.
I don't know that I am smarter.
Okay, other than Rob, y'all are smarter, I promise. So, you know, it was just a question of how to leverage your smarts and trusting that. Because they have no smarts.
But that's easy coming from a woman that has 2 walkers like on chains behind her.
That's also being smart,
and
right?
you've neutered them and cut their mouths off.
Because they're too dumb to protest. Always smarter.
So also, I heard that you are a playwright, that you write plays, and that you got to perform for the president?
Yeah, that was separate. I write plays, generally that I'm not in, but performing for the president was a play I did on Broadway that I certainly had not written. I was just in it.
And was he cool, or did like one of those old ladies in the front row just unwrapping candy the whole time and just like?
The first lady did eat some M&Ms.
Did she really?
At some point, but I believe we couldn't hear it. They were actually pretty far back. You know, they're positioned very specifically for the sake of security. So they were actually kind of far back and on the side. But she did eat some M&Ms, I heard from the director. But very as she would, very elegantly and without any noise or distraction.
She ate her M&Ms elegantly. Delicious. Well, Danai, thank you for being here. I'm so excited that you're in the show. Such a fan.
Thank you.
Danai Gurira, everyone, from The Walking Dead. The new season premieres this Sunday on AMC. And now let's check in with Candace.
Thank you, Rob. And now we made Jessica Chobot sit down with 7 psychopaths. Now, be sure to keep an eye out for a very bored Sam Rockwell.
Take a struggling writer dreaming of selling his screenplay, add in 3 dog kidnappers, a stolen Shih Tzu, and the dog's crazy mob boss owner, and you have the blood-soaked black comedy 7 Psychopaths.
I like it. It's got layers.
Yeah. How does one go about identifying a psychopath? Because I would like to avoid getting shot in the face walking down the street.
It's a feeling. I suppose I've met psychopaths, but not for long.
Why not? Who won out?
No, I mean, because I think I have a sense of certain things, and if I was in a room with a psychopath, I'd leave.
Well, that's just great!
There's a lot of really kind of crazy kills in this movie, but still funny at the same time, and I found myself laughing quite a bit.
A lot of it has almost a comic book feel to it, or what were you saying, Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote, Roadrunner feels with a lot of the violence. It's so heightened, it's so extreme. It's the way Martin represents violence in this film so that he can have a discourse about violence in film.
I've had 4 of my guys killed, and also my girlfriend killed, who I didn't like much.
How many voices do you have going on in your head? Because
I used to have 7, and now they're all gone. It's great. There's just one little dog barking.
Oh, constantly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fun to come up with, I guess, like 7 people who are very different even in their dialogue styles. Like Colin's almost like the normal person in the film.
Marty, are you okay? I just didn't need this today.
Sam's got this kind of crazy, loopy attitude towards life.
Pa. No, Pa. That's okay, too.
Now, is there any particular psychopath out of the 7 that is your favorite?
Hans is pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is pretty interesting.
I think we should go to the cops.
The cops.
Yeah.
No fucking cops.
Christopher's character has aspects of being a dark, dangerous character, but he's very peaceable.
Put your hands up.
No.
But I've got a gun.
I don't care.
In the world of professional dog napping, beware of taking the wrong man's precious pooch, or you just might find yourself on the Shih Tzu end of 7 psychopaths.
Thanks, Jessica. Thanks, bored Sam Rockwell. This looks weird. Yesterday, we gave you the chance to win this E.T. Blu-ray prize pack.
It included...
Not Sarah Underwood. It doesn't include Sarah.
It included the 30th anniversary edition of the film, the classic red hoodie, and of course this E.T. plush doll and bike.
And the winner is Ethan W. from Utica, New York.
Yeah!
Congratulations! Yay, Utica! Up next, it's TV Tuesday. Chris Cole reviews The Raven. Prometheus Blu-ray make the movie better, or at least comprehensible.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
The legendary Ethan Hawke drops by to scare the crap out of us with his horror flick Sinister. Then our resident car expert Matt Farah revs up at the OC Auto Show to check out the new Porsche Boxster and the latest racer from Lexus. And Sarah Underwood squares off against Kevin James and the Fonz Henry Winkler with their new film, Here Comes the Boom. Welcome back, film expert Chris Cole.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to have you here.
Cool.
Cool. What's up first?
Prometheus.
Okay, now a lot of people had problems with this Alien prequel. What is your take on it?
First of all, I respect the people who have problems. I saw this in the theater and I hated it walking out. Really despised it. But then there were a lot of people whose opinions I respect who loved it. So why is there this love-hate with this? And I'll tell you exactly why. Because the original Alien, which this connects to, had a lot of mysteries that were unexplained. Yet that film is a satisfying experience. Prometheus has a lot of unexplained mysteries as well, yet it's unsatisfying. And why is that? It's because the motivations of the characters in the original Alien make sense. The motivations of the characters in Prometheus make no sense.
Don't make sense at all.
They don't make sense.
Why?
So it's well, this is what's funny. If you listen to the 2 commentaries, watch all the deleted scenes and the behind the scenes of Prometheus, it makes sense. It actually makes sense.
How long
Oddly
does all
enough.
of that take, though?
It takes about 9 hours. It's
And who wants
I'm not
to put,
joking.
Who really wants to put 9 hours into that?
I put 9 hours into it because I listened to both the writer's commentary, the director commentary. I watched the 4-hour behind-the-scenes disc, but the deleted scenes really should have been in the movie.
Oh, okay,
The
so it
deleted
makes it
scenes-
make sense more?
Yeah, which is a weird thing to say. It's like, I love the movie now that I know what's going on, Damon Lindelof. Next time, make it more obvious. So,
Okay, all
yeah.
right. So what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is, buy it. And the DVD is amazing, the 4-disc set. I know.
Wow, that's crazy that you went out of the theater hating it, and now it's a buy.
This is a rarity.
All because of the deleted
It
scenes?
happens.
All because of the deleted scenes and
Because of the
commentary?
deleted scenes,
Wow,
yes.
all right.
Yes,
I'll have to spend 9 hours checking that out.
You will.
Okay.
You will.
Done.
Cool.
What's our next DVD?
Next DVD is The Raven.
Ooh. So this is like that film with Abraham Lincoln fighting vampires, but instead it's Edgar Allan Poe fighting serial killers, right?
Okay, first of all, I did not think of it that way. That's a great description of this movie. It's a great description because it does take some facts from the end of Edgar Allan Poe's life. I mean, he was not doing well financially. Got paid like $9 to write The Raven and was making money based
$9?
$9. $9. And then was basically just making money reading poetry to ladies in parlors.
He loves that, I'm sure.
But they took some of the facts of the end of his life and actually made this a suspense thriller with a serial killer who's kind of an obsessed fan. I'm going to be honest, kind of an obsessed fan.
Okay, how was it?
It's good. It's a little by the numbers and cliche, but I love John Cusack. Who doesn't love John Cusack?
I do love him.
Yeah,
and his sister.
He's so likable. So that definitely saved it for me.
Okay, so bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it.
All right. We got a buy and a rent.
Check it. Yes, exactly.
What else do you have to check out?
Rock of Ages.
Do you need to be a fan of Broadway musicals or 80s music to like this film?
Actually, you do. You do have to be a fan. If you do not like the music, you will not like this musical because it's pretty much wall-to-wall this kind of music.
Yeah.
So if you don't like your Bon Jovi, your Twisted Sister, your Poison, those kind of hair farmer bands.
Yeah. Who doesn't like that?
There's some people that don't like it. I like that music, and I actually, this is a weird thing. I saw the play.
Me too.
I love the play.
Did you see Chris Hardwick in it?
I did not see Chris Hardwick in it.
I did.
But it was, it's still very enjoyable. But it's weird to say, I love the play because the play really makes fun of itself, and I feel like the movie is people breaking out into song and typical musical stuff that I don't like.
Yeah.
So, but the play makes sense because there's singing and dancing in plays. That's expected.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else cool on the disc?
There's some behind the scenes with some of the bands who, basically gave up the rights to their music to be in the play and the movie. So it's sort of like one of those like VH1 behind the scenes kind of things.
Okay.
Behind the music, which is kind of entertaining. Like that actually was more entertaining
Made you like it more?
than the movie. It was just like, oh, well, that's cool. Do I have VH1 on my DirecTV? I'm going to go check. I'm going to check that.
So you got distracted.
I got distracted with that. Yes,
okay.
I did.
Well, what's the bottom line?
I'm going to say pass. I'm sorry, it's a pass.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
it's a pass.
I'm saving you time. I'm saving you all
rent,
time.
Pass. I like it.
Cool.
We have time for a quick pick.
Yes. Oh, one of my favorite cartoons, Adventure Time. You are going to love it. And just in time for the holidays, it comes with a hat.
Can I try it on?
I think you should try the hat on. I think it's going to look cute on you. Looks so cute. Yeah, you can do that.
Yay.
I think you get to keep that.
Oh my gosh, yay, thank you.
Well,
thank you, Chris.
Cool. Thank you.
For more Gore, check out his Podcrash podcast on iTunes.
Wow. Good show.
Fun,
Good show.
fun
Let me just check my tweets. Let me get some feedback. Hey, at Rob Hubel, I wish Denai Guerrera or Michonne would lop your head off with a sword. That's constructive also.
That's very constructive. Very
I
constructive.
like it. Hey, at Rob Hubel, I'm telling you, keep your hands off Candace. Again, from my dad. Just my dad.
Your dad has this weird obsession with your hands on me.
I don't know
and
why.
I don't think you've touched me this whole time.
I don't. No,
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to. Thanks to Denai Guerrera for being here. Jessica Shabbat, Chris Moore, Sarah Underwood, Kaylin Roper from Wired.
Sam Rockwell.
Board Sam Rockwell.
To you.
To you.
You're awesome.